Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahawashi, Bahashim Rachakodash, and also double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continually rule very well to this very day. And also Shalom to the hopeful elect that's continually plowing in his work and giving diligence to make your calling and election sure in faith, truth, and sincerity, and also in all charity. Now, topic of this video is going to be entitled "The Israel of the Most High." All right, because this is one of the things that we always go into continually concerning the Israelites, in which, first and foremost, just to go ahead and just go into it. First off, being an Israelite is not being in some sort of movement or in some sort of a fad. All right, being an Israelite means that you're of that nation. All right, that's a nationality. Okay, being a Hebrew Israelite means that you came back into your heritage, which was given unto us in the first place. It was given unto us, which was appointed unto us by the Most High, and it's not been given unto all nations to be a part of this. All right, because the promises came down through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, now that's first thing. The second thing is that you have those that know that they're Hebrew Israelites, that know their nationality, but they don't accept the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi, which is according to the Bible. All right, they know that they're Hebrew Israelites, but their lives are conducted in the ways of America. Basically an American Israelite, so to speak. Okay, so that's why right now at this time we have a separation in the nation of Israel, and that's really according to the Lord, because the Lord has separated the ones that he wants for himself to be a part of that governing body to govern the nation of Israel, because the Lord has always done that. He always set up leaders in the nation of Israel to govern the Israelites, and the same thing is going to happen again. He's appointed certain Israelites, certain brothers that are part of this fold right now, to be leaders. All right, and that's what he's grooming up his men to be right now, to be leaders of the nation of Israel. All right, and those leaders are the Israel of the Most High. All right, because the Israel of the Most High is going into the elect. Okay, the elect of the nation of Israel, which is something that these other camps don't teach. All right, concerning the elect, because the scriptures always speaks about that remnant out of the nation of Israel and the election that's to come out of the nation of Israel. It's spoken about in the book of Revelation, the 7th chapter, concerning the elect. All right, also other parts of scripture which speaks about the elect. So again, concerning this thing of ours, man, that's why the Lord is only dealing with the Israel of the Most High. All right, but to the other Israelites, even whether they know that they're Hebrew Israelites or don't know they're Hebrew Israelites. All right, and once again, to the ones that do know they're Hebrew Israelites but go according to this world, guess what? The Lord has reserved destruction unto them, man. It's more than just knowing you're a Hebrew Israelite, because once you know you're a Hebrew Israelite, you're basically you're given, I don't want to say task, but basically there's a standard when it comes to being an Israelite. All right, it's more than just giving the cadence and the salute. Basically you have to live your life as such. Okay, you learn it. Once you learn it, you live it. Okay, but certain guys have learned it and they're not living it, man. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the precepts. I got a couple of them right here with me. It's the book of Galatians, the 6th chapter, and the 16th verse. It says, "And as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them." All right. Now, first it says, "As many as walk according to this rule," right? And what's it talking about when it says walk according to this rule? It's talking about the scriptures, the Bible, this doctrine, okay? Because this is the measuring stick. Actually, if you go into that word rule, right? See if I can grab it. The word in the Greek is kanon, all right, which means a straight reed or a rod or straight piece of rounded wood to which anything is fastened to keep it straight, right? So this is the measure. This is the rod, okay? This is what keeps you in order, okay? It says a measuring rod, rule, like a ruler, okay? A carpenter's line or measuring tape, right? The measure of a leap. Let's see what else it says. Right, so go down, it says a metaphor, any rule or standard, a principle or law of investigating, judging, living, acting. See? When we read it again, it says any rule or standard, which this is the standard, okay? This is the standard for our people. A principle or law of investigating, judging, living, acting. Okay, so we judge according to this word, we live according to this word, and we act according to this word. Okay? So let me go back. 16th chapter, not 16th chapter, 16th verse. It says, "And as many as walk according to this rule," right, the standard, which we got to judge, to act, and to live, peace be on them, and mercy, and upon the Israel of the Most High. Okay? Upon the Israel of the Most High. See? That's the Israel of the Most High, talking about the elect. Okay? Now I'm going to grab another precept, right? Book of Romans, the 9th chapter. And, let's see, I lost the place. Right, it's at verse 6. So it says, "Not as though the word of the Most High hath taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel." And that's right. Because we're all the nation of Israel, correct? But guess what? You got those that are of Israel, but they're not of Israel. In other words, they're of the nation of Israel, right, in the flesh. But in the spirit, they're not Israel, okay? Because they still see themselves as what? African American, Asian, West Indian, Jamaican, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Panamanian, Guatemalan, Brazilian. All right? They still see themselves as these other nationalities. So guess what? Even though they're the nation of Israel, they still hold on to the customs of America, the customs of Babylon the Great, which is America. All right? And you got ones that hear this word and they reject it. Okay? Even though we tell them their nationality, we tell them where they come from, and their lot, when pursuant to prophecy, they just turn the blind eye to it, man. So that's why the Lord's not going to have any sort of mercy onto those individuals, man. All right, the ones that hear this word and don't do it. Okay? There's another scripture, right, in the book of James. James, the 2nd chapter. It's either the 2nd chapter or the 3rd chapter. Go to the 3rd chapter. All right, it's locked. Bear with me for 1 second. I swear it was James 2:2. Let me check. It's like it, James, the 1st chapter. James, the first chapter, and start at the 22nd verse. It says, "But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves." Right? Because when you're just a hearer of the word, you're deceiving your own self. Why? Because people think when they hear this word and don't do anything about it, just thinking that just hearing it alone is just going to deliver them. Guess what? They're deceiving their own selves. Okay? And it's going to go deeper into it in verse 23. It says, "For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was." See? So as you behold yourself, you go your own way, all right? And then straightway you forget what type of person that you are, okay? So they'll hear this word, and then they'll forget about it, all right? They'll forget about everything that they heard, and not take it in. That's also going towards the parable of the sower, because those seeds, man, when those seeds get casted out into the field, which the field represents the people, specifically our people, when they hear this word, is either they accept it and it takes root, or they hear it and they reject it. It goes in one ear and out the other. It's either their spirit is of concrete, or their spirit has thorns, all right, or the spirit is full of thorns, which is choked by this word, or the seed is choked by this word. Slack it. All right. But again, going into the ones that do hear this word, right? Actually, let me keep reading on this one. Verse 25 says, "But whosoever looketh unto the perfect law of liberty," right? Because this is our liberty, man. All right. "And continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer," right? You're actually receiving what you're hearing by way of the videos, or if you're just hearing the brothers out in the highways and byways. It says, "But a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed." See? So there you go. So don't just be a hearer of the word, just also be a doer. Okay? Because you got Jake that'll read the Bible as just a book, just for the sake of motivation. Just because they're having a bad day and they want to read the Bible. That's what Jake do, man. All right. But you got to read it in order to get wisdom. All right. And like the scriptures say, with all thy getting, get understanding. Okay. And I'm pretty sure there was another precept, but let me grab this one for just 1 second. All right. Now, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, and the 20th verse. All right. Actually, before I get that, I want to grab one quick precept. I believe it's in Matthew's, the 10th chapter. Okay, Slacky. Let me go. Actually, I'm gonna get the book of Luke, because the book of Luke's gonna explain it better than it is in the book of Matthew. It says the same thing, but if you go to the book of Luke, it gives you a greater detail concerning this precept. This is Luke, the 12th chapter, and I'm gonna start at the 51st verse. It says, "Suppose ye now come to give peace on earth," right? Because you got Jake that think that the Lord is meaning for the whole nation of Israel to come together in this time. No, he's not. Okay. Reading on, it says, "I tell you, nay." All right, but rather division. See, And that's the point. The Lord is bringing in that division because the scripture in Zechariah, the 13th chapter, starting at the 8th verse, has got to be fulfilled. So, of course, it's going to be a division within the nation of Israel, which is the elect of the nation of Israel, and then you got the 2/3 of the nation of Israel who was slated for destruction, pursuant to that same precept I just pointed out, Zechariah, the 13th chapter, and the 8th verse. All right. It says, verse 52, it says, "For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. All right. Now that's the point on that one. I'm gonna grab this one last precept. Second Ezra, the 9th chapter, and start at 20th verses. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that will come into it. All right. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people." Right, and that plant of a great people is talking about not only the nation of Israel, but it's also going into the elect. All right, because if you go read the book of Jeremiah, there's a particular precept where it says, I believe it's the 2nd chapter, where it says, "How then have thou become a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto the Lord?" All right, so you got Jake, our people that are tied to a strange plant, a strange vine, and they become a degenerate plant. But guess what? The Lord kept them a plant of a great people, which is the Israel of the Most High, which I read earlier. Okay. Verse 22, it says, "Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain." It's talking about the 2/3. And it says, "And let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect." Right. And he has made it by great labor. He made it perfect. And now it's through Yahweh Shai, who these people either call Jesus. Okay. But that pretty much wraps up this video in this lesson. And Lord's will is edifying to the body of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, to the members of the hopeful elect. Until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Ruach HaKodesh. Also, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continually roll very well to this very day. Also, shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's also doing the same things in his work, that's giving your due diligence and faith, true sincerity, and also in all charity. And